Hi, my name is ZaKaiRan, and welcome to another one of my outrageously amazing, insanely enlightening master keys of creation about how to be the unlimited source master of divine creation that you truly are, to create the joy, love, well-being, and abundance that you desire, and you'll find tons more self-empowering goodies to help you become a conscious, deliberate creator on my website at ZaKaiRan.com. All right, so here we go, the Enlightened Masters Toolkit, a reminder from Source that our true nature is unconditional love and allowance, not judgment. Bum, 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 bum. That's right. So why are you here on Earth? What is your purpose in life? Did you come here to prove your worth to some sort of God or other humans? No, niet. No worthiness ever needs to be proven to anything or anyone, because you are not unworthy or faulty or sinful or bad or wrong in any way. Did you come here to grow spiritually and become enlightened? Or to ascend as if you were, again, somehow faulty or lesser than enlightened or somehow lesser than spiritual? No, niet. I mean, not really, because spiritual growth is inevitable. An expansion and constant improvement is the nature of creation. So yes, you did come here to expand and grow. You came here to evolve, so to speak. But not really, because those are just the natural, that's just the natural way of creation and life. So did you come to planet Earth to save a dying planet? No, niet, because there is nothing wrong with this planet, and it is expanding and growing and constantly improving, just like you and everything. It is totally on track. There's no need to worry, no need to panic. The apocalypse is not coming, because the natural state of creation is eternal expansion. It is not devolution. So did you come here to save humanity from its ignorant, misguided, destructive ways? No, again, yet. Because, yes, of course, the planet is full of very ignorant, misguided people doing lots of destructive shit, but you gotta always look higher than that, because there's nothing wrong with humanity. Humanity's just playing games of limitation, and eventually those games will have seen their day, and the planet will ascend. But until then, hang in there and look at life from the big perspective. Because the truth is, everyone is perfect exactly how they are. It only appears otherwise because you don't understand the big picture and you're looking at the minutiae of life. And humanity appears to be lost only because they don't understand their unlimited power of creation, and instead they believe in the lie of assertion and victimhood, and believe that they are helpless and powerless to create what they want, don't have the ability to create what they want. They've got to appease some god or appease some other people to create what they want. And they are exploring the contrast of unwanted things, which causes everyone to desire a wonderful improvement, which is literally evolving this planet. Did you come to Earth to become enlightened or earn your way into heaven or to enlighten humanity? No. Everyone is Source expressing itself in human form. So everyone is inherently already enlightened. Everyone is Source, and everyone is perfect just how they are, and no one needs to earn or learn anything or prove anything. And when anyone croaks everyone goes to heaven, so to speak, 100% unconditionally. They go to pure, positive, non-physical energy because nothing anyone ever does or has done on planet Earth is ever judged as being bad or wrong. There is no such thing as bad or wrong. There is no such thing as punishment. There is no such thing as judgment. There is no such place as hell. There's no such thing as bad, wrong, sinful, or evil. There are only different levels of alignment with our true nature of light and love and magnificence, or resistance and denial of that magnificence, and resistance and denial of our light and our love. Every single soul, no matter what horrendous thing that they may have done, is an immortal, divine, all-powerful, magnificent, infinite, unlimited source spirit. That is who and what they and we all are, no matter what. And all of those infinite source spirits are expressing themselves as humans. But those humans have complete autonomy to think and believe and act and react and desire, etc., as they see fit, without any judgment or control whatsoever from anyone non-physical in nature. And everyone is exploring the contrast of unwanted things, because unwanted things inspire your desire for wanted things. And desire is what literally fuels the expansion and evolution of this physical universe and physical planets and this civilization. So, you're not here to save humanity or save the earth, and you're not here to enlighten anyone or become enlightened, and you're not here to prove your worthiness. So, why are you here? Well, you're here for the sheer joy and excitement of creating new and wonderful desires into physical reality. You're here to have desires and then create them. To have fun. You are an infinite, immortal, all-powerful, unlimited creator of worlds, and you're here to create your own version of heaven on earth, your own universe, not create anyone else's version of heaven on earth. Every single soul is creating their own version of heaven, or creating their own universe, so to speak, and those individual heaven universes are all blending and merging perfectly together. And everyone is totally perfect just how they are, and it is no one's job to change for anyone else so that they can be happy. Humans erroneously try to change other people so that they can have a positive response to that change. But it is no one else's job to change for you so that you can feel better. It is their job to create whatever goodness or badness that they desire to create, without you getting your nose in their business. And whatever they create is absolutely 100% none of your business and has nothing to do with you. And you don't need to worry about what other people create, because no one can create for anyone else. No one can assert their creations or desires upon anyone else. So all those people that you judge and think are bad and evil, that you think are going to somehow assert their evil will upon you, well, that's just complete bullshit. So, no one needs saving because there's nothing wrong with anyone or anything. You are here for the joy of creating new things, not to fix an old, dying system. And because you are source in a human body, and you are infinite in power, and you answer to no one, and are therefore not here to prove anything, because there's nothing wrong with you, and you create your own reality, well, you don't need to prove anything to deserve to get what you want. And you don't need to earn or learn anything to receive what you want. Because no one is providing things for you other than your own self. And because there is no such thing as assertion, you have the complete power to create anything you desire, and no one has the power to stop you from getting what you want except you. There is nothing wrong with you or anyone, so it is not your job to be some new age sanctimonious judge of what is right and wrong, or more or less enlightened, or be the supposed enlightened judge of what is more moral or ethical or spiritual in nature. Your judgments only make you a new age version of the religions that you have rejected for being limited and judgmental. Enlightenment is not a degree that you achieve and that you retain forever. It is a moment-by-moment thing when you're a physical being. If you feel good and are happy, well, you are in those moments the definition of enlightened, because you, who you truly are as source, the true essence of your being, is always happy and always feeling good. So you are in those moments in alignment with who you truly are as source. Because you as source always thinks in positive directions and always 100% unconditionally loves everyone and never ever judges anyone as being wrong or bad in any way whatsoever. And the reason you are enlightened in those moments is because you are thinking in positive oriented, unlimited, non-judgmental, unconditionally loving ways that are the same way that your source thinks. But if you are judging anyone for any reason, or you are thinking in limited, judgmental, doubtful, conditional ways, well, you will feel bad and you will not be enlightened, so to speak, in those moments, because you are in those moments out of alignment with who you truly are as source, who only thinks in positive erections. Positive erections, no positive directions. So, to be clear, it is not the bad person and their supposedly deplorable behavior that feels bad to look at and think about and judge. What feels bad is being out of alignment with who and what you truly are as source, who never ever judges anyone and is not judging that person's or those people's supposedly bad or evil behavior. If you judge anyone's behavior as being wrong or bad, you will not feel good ever, because you will be out of alignment with your source, who again always and only thinks in positive directions. You may feel a sense of sort of resistant, controlling power, judging other people's behavior, sort of like a judgment revenge, but only because judgment is a style of vibration like revenge, and revenge feels better than feeling powerless and helpless. When you look at other people's supposedly immoral or unenlightened or unethical behavior and feel the need to, judge that person and feel the need for them to change so that you can be happier, or you feel the need to heal that person, or stop their behavior and incarcerate them, or kill them, etc. Well, the reason you feel the need to control them in either positive or negative directions is because you feel helpless and powerless, because of the false belief that bad person or bad people can assert their evil will upon you against your will. But that's just bullshit. That does not exist. There's no such thing as assertion. There's only attraction. And so judging them and then feeling the need to save them or enlighten them or condemn them or punish them or imprison them or kill them or otherwise somehow convince them to change feels better than feeling helpless and powerless in comparison to their supposedly incomprehensible, supposedly evil, bad, sinful behavior. But judging anyone, no matter what they have done to you or others, never ever feels good, because your source, God, whatever you want to call it, does not judge them ever, ever, ever. And your judgment only adds fuel to their negative fire, and they will just resist your judgment because it feels terrible to be judged. So don't be surprised if they want to beat you up or kill you for being such a judgmental asshole. And they'll just keep doing worse and worse things in defiance of your judgment, including putting a cap in your ass. So one of my favorite issues to illuminate are sanctimonious New Age people who feel that it is their spiritual and moral obligation and some sort of so-called mission in life to enlighten other people about the immorality and unenlightened practices of eating animals. But what these people and every single other judgmental person on planet Earth does not understand is that this is not a planet of assertion. It is a planet of attraction. And every animal and every person attracts every single experience in their lives, no matter what, no exceptions whatsoever. There is no such thing as a victim on planet Earth, and that includes animals, that includes plants, that includes trees. Because every single human and every single creature is continuously creating their own realities based on their thoughts and desires. The animal and plant kingdoms, their desires are 100% positive in nature. Their desires are simple. They want more and better, more food, more warmth, more drink, more, etc. Whereas human desires are positive and negative in nature. Humans think, I want that, but then often in the same train of thought, think, I don't deserve it, or that's going to be hard, or I'm not talented enough, or that's immoral, or that's not spiritual, or that's a sin, etc. Humans desire more and better and improvement just like the animal kingdom. I mean, they think about what they want, but then more often than not, they think about what they don't want, and they think about a lack of what they do want. They focus way too much on their current undesirable reality, which just attracts more things that they don't want in their lives. And judging other people just attracts more unwanted people and unwanted situations and does not change anyone's behavior. Judging people's behavior does not help them see the light, so to speak, because of you shaming them. And it does not help them change their behavior and be more positive. Instead, your judgment only solidifies their behavior and attracts more negative behavior from them because that's what you expect. And it attracts more people with similar bad behavior for you to judge. Judgment is judgment, no matter how you sugarcoat it with supposedly enlightened or moral or ethical or spiritual sugar. So it doesn't matter if you're a religious-oriented, judgy person or a so-called New Age, spiritually-oriented, judgy person. Either way, you're shooting yourself in your own foot because your judgy behavior only attracts more undesirable people and situations for you to judge. And it does not improve your reality. In fact, it just makes it worse. So the religious saying, judgment is mine, saith the Lord, was a misinterpretation. What source God really said was, our natural state of being as source is 100% unconditional love. And we are all source. And nothing is separate from source. There is no such thing as a so-called evil or dark force. There is only light and the resistance to that light. There is only goodness, well-being, joy, and infinite abundance, or resistance and denial of that goodness, joy, well-being, and abundance. And when you are in a state of allowance and not judgment, when you are in a state of unconditional love, where you do not need conditions to change and improve so that you can feel better, you will feel the full, amazing, unlimited power of who and what you truly are as source, because you will be thinking and feeling the same way as who you truly are as source does. In other words, no condition is ever judged by source. All conditions that could be judged as good or bad are not judged, but are 100% allowed unconditionally. But when you are looking at and judging the conditions in your life and the conditions of life on earth and the conditions in other people's lives as being good or bad, you will feel bad because your source is not judging that behavior or those conditions, and your judgment only serves to disconnect you from your own source. But it is you who is cutting yourself off from source. It is not source cutting itself off from you, because your source does not ever cut itself off from you, because it never ever judges your behavior and never ever judges you for being judgy. And it matters not how petty or drastic someone's behavior is. It matters not how much you may feel justified in your supposed right to judge their behavior as being good or bad or horrendous or evil. Nevertheless, it will always feel terrible to judge them, to judge anyone. I don't care who it is. Because who you truly are as source only sees everyone's magnificence and only sees their divinity and their infinite power and their unlimited nature and their infinite nature and their true essence of love and joy and prosperity and compassion and allowance, etc. And any of the things that you call faults or sin or immorality or corruption or evil or unethical, etc., your source does not see those things. It does not focus on negative behavior, on limited behavior. It only sees what everyone truly wants and truly is, which is joy and abundance. Joy, well-being, and abundance. That's all anybody wants. Source does not see what people don't like and don't want. It only sees the complete fullness of their desires, which is always pure love, pure joy, and infinite abundance and infinite well-being. There is no such thing as an evil or bad person. Everyone is pure source at the core of their being. It is only the choices that people make and the thoughts that they think that makes people head down the proverbial dark path. And what everyone ultimately wants is to feel good and to feel better, to feel happy. No one truly wishes for bad or evil things, and no one actually truly wishes bad or evil things upon anybody else. People only do bad things because they feel like shit. Really bad behavior means that they have thought a lot of really disempowering and self-deprecating, judgmental, helpless, powerless, doubtful, shameful, guilty, etc. thoughts about themselves and about other people, which are the most self-destructive thoughts imaginable. And those kinds of limited thinking makes people feel helpless and powerless and unworthy and ultimately depressed. And they feel like powerless victims because they have attracted other people who entertained similar trains of thought, and they, of course, abuse each other. And because our natural state is joy, if someone feels terrible, they will do anything to feel better. That is why people do criminal acts, because it feels more empowering to be bad and to be resistant, to act in controlling, aggressive ways and getting revenge. It feels better to do those things than feel depressed. Getting angry feels 1,000 times better than being depressed and feeling helpless, powerless, and unworthy and not good enough. Theft and violence and murder and rape and war, etc. feels a lot better than feeling depressed, than feeling helpless and unworthy and not good enough. It is way higher on the emotional scale. Well, not way higher, but at least a few steps higher. So it feels better emotionally. It's still way, way, way down low, far away from our natural state of joy and love, which are very high on the emotional scale, but it is further away from the excruciating pain of unworthiness, helplessness, powerlessness, and depression. So, as an unconditional source master, you've got to have compassion for the villains, so to speak, and realize that they are acting that way because they feel helpless and powerless and unworthy. They've made choices and thoughts, headed down trains of thought that disconnected them from their own power, and they are just trying to feel better. They're just trying to feel more empowered by acting like villains. They're not evil or bad people or have a so-called evil soul. That's not even possible. Or to use a scientific term, they're just fucked in the head. They built up a ton of negative momentum of bad feeling, helpless oriented, powerless oriented, I'm not good enough oriented, unworthy, doubtful, etc. thoughts. And because of this built up negative momentum, this big ass pile of bullshit that they have filled their heads with, they feel terrible. They essentially have this big gaping axe wound and are bleeding in the street, and their pain is so bad that they will do absolutely anything to feel better and not feel that insane pain, which ultimately always is the feeling of being separate from Source, the feeling of feeling separate from God. They will do whatever it takes to feel better because the depression of unworthiness, powerlessness, helplessness, I'm not good enough, etc., is as far away as you can get from who and what they truly are as Source, as God Source, as the ecstatically joyful, loving, infinite, unlimited master that they truly are, but feel disconnected from. And so it feels insanely terrible. And their choices to feel better seem quite limited. And so they go for the path that seems the easiest, that feels better. And a path of violence or other criminal type behavior is the easiest and quickest path up the emotional scale, or so they think anyway, because it's not possible to jump straight from powerless depression to ecstatic joy. You got to go through the many other steps between those two positions that are low and high on the emotional scale. So instead of ignorantly and sanctimoniously judging others as being unenlightened or unaware or inconsiderate or selfish or destructive or criminal or bad or sinful or evil, etc., how about seeing the bigger picture, the divine picture, and realize, oh, this person is seriously wounded. Fucking hell. And they seriously need some spiritual, medical attention. But then go beyond that, even higher in perspective, and just see them as they truly are, as Source, as a divine being. Pay no attention to their supposedly wrong, bad, inconsiderate, immoral, corrupt, evil behavior, and instead see them as your own Source truly sees everyone. See them as who and what they truly are, which is totally beautiful and divine and pure unconditional love and complete ecstatic joy and unlimited abundance. See them as they desire to be, which is thriving and growing and happy and loving and prosperous, because this is the essence of everyone's desires. That is who and what every single person on planet Earth truly is and truly wants to live and be. And by seeing life from that unconditionally loving perspective, you will feel the true essence of your Source being. You will feel your infinite power and immortality and your ecstatic joy and your love. And that is how you create heaven in your life, and ultimately how you create heaven on earth. So, I hope you enjoyed my podcast, The Enlightened Master's Toolkit. Reminder from Source, a reminder to you of your true nature. That your true nature is unconditional love and surrender and allowance. It is not judgment. And it helps you to become the enlightened master that you truly are. It helps you remember how awesome and magnificent you are, how unlimited you are, how immortal you are. It helps you powerfully focus your attention on what you want in life, and your attention drifts away from what you don't like and don't want. Because that's how you create what you want, by focusing on what you want and paying no attention to what you don't like and don't want. Now, if you did enjoy this, and of course you did because it was freaking amazing, as all of my vodcasts are, please share with your friends, bless them with these amazing teachings. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Master Keys of Creation, and my podcast channel, The Master Keys of Creation. Come visit me at ZaKaiRan.com for tons more self-empowering goodies to help you become a conscious and deliberate creator of reality so that you can become the unlimited divine master of creation that you truly are, to create the joy, love, well-being, and abundance that you desire. Thanks again for watching my video or listening to this podcast. And of course, I wish you immense joy and abundance and a lot of fun and adventure on your magnificent journey of divine creation and ascension on planet Earth, as this planet ascends into a planet of light and love. And of course, remember to make life a holiday. Woohoo!